Welcome to another edition of News Bites here on Daily World Television. My name is Korff and I'm your host. American President Donald Trump has put the blame squarely on his predecessor, Barack Obama, for the fact that the dictator of Syria, Bashar Assad, has used a weapons of mass destruction to murder more innocent people, especially children who were his target this time. While those criticisms by Trump against Obama might seem a little bit harsh, he is actually factually correct. We must remember that Barack Obama drew what he called a red line in the sand and said that if Bashar Assad used chemical weapons, that would be it. He would take military action. Assad went ahead and did exactly that. His brother was the commander who fired the artillery shells that were laced with chemical weapons. What did Obama do? He asked for help from Great Britain. Great Britain's parliament said no way. Then Obama, in a moment of arguable cowardice, dumped the issue on the American Congress, who also said no. By failing to stand up and take action on his own as the Commander-in-Chief of the United States government and its military, Obama was a coward in letting Bashar Assad off the hook. It is bad enough that wars go on around the world. What is even worse is when nations do nothing to stop slaughter and genocide, especially being committed by weapons of mass destruction. This is especially true when the United Nations' own charters and laws specifically say that if weapons of mass destruction are used, which violate the rights under the Geneva Convention as well as human rights, military action is legally allowed to remove the offenders. But yet Obama didn't do that. He punted the issue to Congress knowing they would vote no. So nothing was done. Then Russia's Vladimir Putin stepped in. And as usual, when he goes up against Obama, he always won. I can't think of a single time where Putin lost against Obama in anything that really mattered. Now Obama is gone. Trump is right. He has inherited a mess in Syria, caused in part by Obama and Hillary Clinton's stupid decision to interfere in the affairs of Syria and try to remove Assad from power. They tried to remove him from power without any plans for a successor. That's arguably insane, and it is morally wrong. And while this doesn't mean that Assad should be the ruler of Syria, if there's no viable replacement, it's even worse in many ways to remove him at all, as terrible as he is. So, Trump has said that removing Assad is no longer a priority. Russia now, because they have effectively helped Syria win the war over there, is stronger than ever. So if the United States does now act against Assad, and they are claiming that they will if the United Nations does nothing, it's going to be much tougher to get this job done for Obama's successor, which happens to be Donald Trump. So once again, Trump is right. He has inherited a mess. And although Obama supporters and fans and people who just excuse and don't even address the mess and the horror that he caused in Syria to make it even worse than it already was, he and Hillary Clinton, shame on them. Because if Obama had only acted on his so-called red line, which we now know was drawn in disappearing ink, then Assad wouldn't be around today to continue to use weapons of mass destruction against innocent people. And that truth and reality is never going to go away.